welcome to On Air with Odin, Gamemastering Pathfinder Dragonfall. Today we are missing a Kiki because she's got to get her last paper for the semester done. And it's going to be a short one anyway because I have work in the morning, so... Last time we left off, we defeated the smog monster and the cultists and all that kind of stuff. And then we ran into Evelyn, who was just sort of like, oh hey, so how are things?
Smoky?
Yeah. And then we went back to the inn, and I think that's where we left off, what, like 2 weeks ago, if not more?
Sometime around there, yeah.
Whoops. I'm gonna reset my spells. We assumed that we got to rest this time, right?
You got to rest this time, yeah.
Okay. Reset spells. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Nothing else happens that night. In the morning, once again, you get a fairly simple breakfast.
And in the night I wrote to Samael about, holy shit, I saw a smoky dragon.
Well, you don't write to Samael. You
Ah,
have a
yeah,
magic
I
mirror
thought-
talk.
I talked, yeah. I got mixed up with my other game, oh boy. Tap tap, hello. Let's see, okay, everything's reset.
So this morning's breakfast is porridge with the option of honey, sugar, or jam, or just nothing.
Jen's gonna get up. She's gonna do her, daily prayer stuff.
Yeah. Do your morning prayer.
Yes, exactly. And then have a big bowl of porridge with jam.
Nice.
Man, that sounds good.
Actually, it does, yeah.
Tom will probably be doing some morning katas and then equipment maintenance and then have a nice simple breakfast.
Indeed.
And Sage Heart gets to make more potions. Yay!
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 Oh dear.
One potion. Two potions. Oh, sorry.
I like to think we're actually hearing her say that from downstairs.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not a count, but it's tempting.
Somebody just injected my campaign with Sesame Street. Where's the antidote? That'll be our next quest.
I would have been worried if somebody starts pulling out a rubber ducky and squeaking it at everybody.
Don't
Oh,
make me
God.
reach for it.
Oh god.
The quest for the antidote of the healer? What?
Well,
Thank you. I feel better now.
Just one.
You've obviously named it Neo, of course.
alright. So we got a bit of time before lunch, which we were gonna have... Wait, I didn't tell the rest of the group this, did I, Odin?
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna be meeting Evelyn here
Alright?
for lunch.
Alright?
So we got a bit of time before that happens. So I think if anybody has any shopping they need to do, probably ought to go ahead and do it now.
Hey.
Just a thought.
I don't think I need anything.
I'll make sure I'm caught up on all my necessary supplies.
I'm probably gonna know what I needed once we're on a boat. Eh.
We can worry about specifics later. The market is as busy as ever. Finding something you actually want is rather simple once you learn to ignore the people trying to kind of show you things that you quote unquote want.
Someone tried to sell me a dress, it didn't work out.
The entire thing went up like a Christmas tree. It was amazing.
At least they didn't try to sell you an inflatable sheep and 20 cases of fruit leather.
A fruit what?
Fruit leather.
Fruit leather.
Yeah, it's basically it's pureed, usually slightly sweetened fruit that's let to dry.
Ah.
Huh.
Sounds
That would be
gross.
really
In
good.
sheets.
In
It's a good, yeah, it's basically a thin layer of fruit puree allowed to dry.
It's dehydrated.
It's
So
like
it's
fruit
kind of-
jerky?
It's like a fruit roll-up,
Yeah,
but
fruit
just
jerky.
flat.
Okay, it doesn't sound that bad.
It's actually really good.
For a second, it sounded like a fruit cake that went under a roller pin.
Yeah,
really.
I agree. Fruit leather's a bad name for it, but it's
It
got
was-
about the texture of thin leather, which is probably why it's called that.
Ah, well, I can live with that.
It's one of those things that was designed by Americans, pioneers going west.
Okay.
So it's just along the same lines as jerky, just fruit.
Or fruit roll-ups, if that's what you're used to calling them. Or
Well, no,
anything
it's
like
just that it's what it sounded like to me. Just so instead of rolling it up, it's just flat.
Yeah. It keeps really well, and it travels really well, and it's delicious.
Besides, fruit roll-ups are not real fruits. It's like all chemicals. It's a candy.
True, but fruit leather actually is the original
Yeah.
version of that.
Yeah.
I learned something.
Yeah, the reference to that with the inflatable sheep was because Skippy decided to get like 20 cases of the stuff and make himself an edible kilt. And anyway, we don't want to go there.
Nice.
Okay, I have to hear this story at some point.
You
I'll
see,
pass you the Skippy list. A link to the Skippy list.
All right.
you see an 8-foot-tall, well-built man with a very fine mustache, and a goat next to him who seems to be nibbling on his kilt.
That's
Everyone-
that's unusual.
Everyone's tall here.
Well, I mean, you know, the one lady and her daughter were kind of, I don't know, were they kind of short or short? I don't remember.
They were goblins. They were short.
Yeah, they were kind of shorts. That doesn't count, does it?
The man
Aw.
seems to be selling this this fruit leather that he made his kilt out of,
Oh my god, really?
as
Yay.
well as jerky and goat's milk and goat's cheese and stuff like that.
I should buy a little bit of the cheese, wrap it up in a fine package, and send it along with a letter to Emphas.
It just put a note on the bottom saying, "Don't worry, it's meant to smell like that."
Also, I might be going into lava. Bye!
I wonder if I can survive lava with the rice pills.
It's not the surviving lava that's the problem. It's what you do when you sink that's the problem. Because if you
True.
survive it, what are you gonna do at the bottom of a lava pit?
Yeah, that's gonna crunch my crystals. Pressure.
Yeah,
Stay cool, guys.
I'm trying.
There's also that that dwarven engineer who had all the building supplies, of course.
Weren't we basically waiting on our airship to be built because it doesn't matter if a ship goes there, we still have no way of crossing the lava?
So, did she tell us about the villain yet?
Mhm.
Genevieve?
Dylan, what?
Genevieve? What? Not Dylan, the pirate lady.
It sounded like you said villain. It's like she's not really a villain considering she kind of saved us.
I guess that's my accent. I'm sure I said a villain.
Oh, no, it sounded like villain to me.
Well,
I'm like, who? But yeah, she did. She
Okay,
said
well-
that you're meeting at the tavern for that.
we could ask her if she has spells or something. We don't know what's her resources yet.
Well, not to mention, depending on how well this talk goes, she and her crew might be able to actually help us with that too, if that is an option.
I mean, she says she's a pirate queen, so she must have some secrets to make her queen.
Never did say that.
Never? Shit.
No,
Okay, never mind.
absolutely never. People just started calling her that for no reason.
Okay, fine. Erase.
Well, I guess people got that impression because of the fact that she had like her personal guard there inside that bar.
Well, yeah, they were her crew.
Yeah.
I'm just used to people making shit up.
But I mean, they were all standing there with like Ray-Ban shades on with their hands up to their ears or anything. I mean, if they did, that would just be, well, a little out of place, really. But
No, they did kind of look a little out of place because, they actually had reasonably new looking clothing.
not well. They're a bunch of sharp dressed men.
Yep.
Yeah. Puppy, you're not helping.
Oh, men and
didn't
women,
you?
by the way. Yeah.
Huh?
I don't think it ever came up, but yeah, it was a mixed gender crew.
Okie dokie.
Right, so is there any specific shopping that, kind of needs to be mentioned?
Nope.
Or is it just going to be basic stuff that will just be like, this stuff in my inventory already? Yeah, I'm just getting more of it.
Nah, I'm cool.
Okay.
I
Alright.
think I'm good. I just brought it up in case somebody needed to.
Yeah.
If I need to restock any of my basic bomb making supplies, I'm restocking that. Otherwise, I'm probably good.
Basically refilling your alchemy kit. Or alchemist's kit. Okay. Well, unless there is anything else going on, I should probably... Oh, and anyone who was injured is now healed the full with a combination of rest and
Magic.
magic and chemicals.
I just assume I just use my remaining Makos when I'm hurt because I cannot heal naturally.
Yeah.
Did not mean to cough in the mic. Sorry, guys.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I just sit in the corner for 10 minutes.
Let's see, is everybody full health? Genevieve has a bit of damage.
I need to update my token.
Yeah, I gotta update the token, but otherwise,
Yeah. I think the only one who was really hurt was Tuffy, but looks like she put her health back up.
there we go.
Alright, so after your trip to the market, you make your way back to the tavern. And you can see that after the mention of being here for lunch, this morning, the innkeeper is... You see him at the side door. As you like pass down the street, where you can basically see where the goods go into the inn at the back. And you can see he's kind of standing there, like impatiently clapping his hands, but it's sort of like not a full fist is one of the hands, but the other one's kind of like just a slightly closed, going into the other hand rather than while his foot's tapping. Just kind of like showing his impatience, as it were.
Patience with us?
No, because you don't come in the back door. He looks like he's just waiting for something.
That's what he thinks. Sorry.
Alright. If you just continue on into the tavern, then
Yep.
the sun is coming overhead. And you hear a bit of goings on in the back of the inn, nothing violent sounding though. Some agitated tones, but nothing out of control, as it were.
Sounds like a hell of a time back there.
Looking into the kitchen over the bar, you see the innkeeper, who seems to have a few boxes that he's bringing in, and this pleasant baked smell just comes wafting into the main room.
What manner of decadence is that? Wow, I said that wrong.
You say that out loud? Like,
Yes.
okay. Meat pies, he called.
Hello, pies.
No,
He said meat pies.
meat as in cows and chickens.
Oh.
Meat.
Okay, sorry.
Well, I really didn't have enough on me and enough time to get anything sorted for lunch, so I just put in a quick order at the bakery down the road, and now we got your little lunch meeting sorted.
Nice.
What that dog wants.
Someone shut that dog up!
Don't mind him. He's just a bit annoyed that I had to lock him in his room while I brought the pies in.
Bark.
Okay, around there at that time, the door comes open and Evelyn walks in. She appears to be alone. Ah, I hope I'm not too early. Well, I doubt it, since you're all here.
Although now I'm actually sitting here wondering what time it would be.
It's like, the sun's just getting to the top, so it's about midday-ish.
Alright. I hope this day finds you well.
It has so far, and the weather's been rather fortunate, and I wasn't woken up by the sounds of cannon fire this morning. It's been rather nice being able to actually sleep a bit better since you dealt with those pirates. Though
Yeah, I can see
last
that.
night's business was also rather enjoyable. Though it's not exactly as enjoyable once you see the what you call the aftermath of it.
Oh.
But the
Yeah,
town
no-
seems to be doing just fine, so let's not dwell on such things.
So hopefully everybody can get everything rebuilt relatively quickly.
Well, they always do, though they always tend to do things quickly rather than, well, as it originally was. It's more about patching things up rather than restoring them from the way I've seen around here. Well, except here in the human district, then again things seem to get damaged last year. Anyway, she like heads over to the table or wherever it is you guys are sitting. She finds herself a spot to sit. She looks over to Sageheart and she looks at her for a bit and then just smiles. I heard that
Smile back.
I heard you had gone to quite some efforts to actually get people going with the recovery effort, even during the fight.
It needed done.
That it did, and it always just needs that one person to get people to start moving. Somebody to help them overcome the panic of the situation and actually do something about it.
Well, that's a nice thing about needing only one person to start it. You've got plenty of people who could be one person.
Exactly, but it's not exactly common for that one person that you realize they're that one person. But anyway, I am talking, well, the, how would you call it? The way people are. And that conversation can get rather both deep and sometimes quite depressing, so it's just nice to see that you can handle a crisis rather well.
If I can't, I'm in the wrong job. But thank you.
You're welcome. So, how is everybody else this morning? Well, it's getting close to afternoon. Sun was pretty high when I got here.
Out of character, did we ever learn why there was a smoke dragon at all?
Why did we actually learn that? I'm not sure if we did, because we kind of killed everybody who could have told us.
And Saphria has no data on it, other than it was a smoke dragon.
Well, yeah, it's like it was a summoned beast rather than a dragon who was just there.
Yeah, okay, it was a salmon.
Yeah. That's basically the only thing she can tell about it.
Yeah, so Saphira basically, well, she's disappointed that we don't know anything other than it was a summon.
Well, it's not like any of them there would have told us. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I know.
They didn't
but
look
it's
like
fun.
they were ready to deliver like a supervillain monologue or anything.
I just hope it's not gonna happen again because we're gonna be gone soon.
No, I would hope so too. Anyway, I suppose we should get on to lunch and this chat we were gonna have. And that's when the innkeeper kind of comes out with this big platter with all these pies on it and puts it in the center of the table, and he has a big old pot of mashed up potatoes as well that he puts next to it, and a jug of gravy. All looks rather nice, and he of course has like all the plates for everybody and knives and forks, etc.
It's kind of resisting the urge to just go nom 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 right now.
Eat with their eyes, yes. Oh, and yes, he also brings out a big pitcher of water.
Woohoo!
He just sets that down on a plate in front of Saphir.
Thank you.
He just chuckles because he finds it funny that he put it on a plate for her. And just goes, "You're welcome." He walks away. Oh, and if either of you guys are like messaging me on Skype, I can't exactly check it because I'm on one window still. I'm just using my laptop for the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could launch Steam on another computer, so any direct messages could go through there. Anyway. The platter has a partition, as it were, and it's
Bless
got
you.
like little
That's true.
little
Yeah.
notes that say, well, it's split in the middle, and it says on this side there's chicken, on this side there's beef pies. You know, just help yourself.
Look.
Well, Evelyn takes a knife and fork and kind of uses them to grab a pie from either side and put it on a plate, and takes the big old spoon in the pot of mashed potatoes and puts it on a plate, adds some gravy, and just starts eating. Unsure of how hot the pies would be, she used her cutlery to take one rather than her hands. Now then, I hope everyone has recovered well from last night. I know that your friend Tuffy was a little injured. And a little dog too. He always looks so cute in that armor.
Urf.
Yeah, Tuffy's just kind of like, I'm fine, I'm just gonna eat. And Bruce is just like, woof. Tuffy takes one of the pies and literally can stick a knife in where the base meets the top, and kind of like work it around and pull the crust, the top off, and Bruce just starts like eating the beef on the inside like it was a bowl, because it's proper short crust pastry, not puff pastry, so they're like pretty solid pies.
Okay.
I just realised that I just saying pie, I always think of short crust, but you know, people have like puff pastries and
Mm-hmm.
all these other different ones. Phyllo pastry and yeah, whatever. Well, Bruiser shows that he's alright with the bark.
So it seems the problem that we're running into. We need to go north, but there's this huge lava field thing. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to get past that.
Well, indeed that would be a problem, but I'm pretty confident we can get past it. I have quite a history in my family with being able to navigate the impossible. And travel tides and ways that other ships can't exactly pass. I mean, we didn't... our reputation didn't get us a docking permission in the Navy district for nothing. We've always been explorers, and if a place needed getting to, then, well, it's silly, but it's always been a saying that you just go with the tides. And yes, that is a play on our surname.
I was going to say, Odin, did you just do the thing?
I did,
Odin
in
did.
character too. And even Evelyn rolls her eyes at it. It's not that I'm not proud of that fact, it's just so silly to me.
I'm just amused that you did that. Was there anything Tom wanted to add?
No, he's just listening.
Well, I know initially we had a fellow over in, God, I forget the district now.
Griffin?
The Crossman's District?
Yeah, we had a fellow over there that we were talking to about possibly building an airship, but what was the time? He said he was going to need at least, what, 2 months?
2 to 6 months to build the prototype.
Yeah.
Assuming he's building from scratch.
And weeks if we get him materials.
Hmm. The only time I've ever seen a flying ship was... oh, in one of the Dwarven kingdoms, in fact. It was a great mechanical dragon-looking beast, powered by alchemy, I believe. But I've never seen one of those in this particular district.
The Red Dragon.
Well, I mean, the guy seemed enthusiastic.
Oh, well that's good, because otherwise he might go slowly or something. But no, I'm sure if people can start strapping balloons to chairs and carriages and whatever sort of vehicle they want to get airborne, then I'm sure he'll come up with something. Though the methods in which I wish to travel would be more magical based than engineering and invention. And while I'm sure if I allowed him to, he wouldn't take so much time building a ship, but I'm not exactly confident in the idea of letting him use my ship for this little project.
Oh, no, I wouldn't imagine. That never even crossed my mind.
Okay.
Wasn't there a ship halfway under construction already in that pirate cove?
You mean before Tuffy blew it up?
No, that one was already built.
Oh.
There was one in dry dock as well.
Oh, that's right. Out of character, I completely forgot about that one.
So did I until just now. everyone.
Okay. Well, is there anyone still there building it?
I'm not sure.
Hmm.
I know there was a crew assigned to it. And I'm fairly certain they reconvened their work.
Well, so that's an option for your little invention there. It's a shame there's no one here that actually already has that sort of knowledge, but oh well. As how can I say it? The competition of technology advancement in this place is fierce, and some people just take their inventions elsewhere. It seems that some of the merchants, well, they're in the habit of sabotaging other people's inventions if they think that they can't keep up with the other competition. Well, Genevieve, what do you think of all this? I mean, I have no objections to you sailing with me to come see about this other small ship that perhaps can be used with this invention that's being created. Or we could simply travel north and, well, we always find a way.
I suppose we could try going north, and if it doesn't work, we could come back to the plan we started.
True enough.
Besides, he said it's gonna take months, so we could come back after we yeah.
Well, I'm ready whenever you are. My crew is, well, always ready to get into position and get the ship moving. I do not want to rush you, though. I'm fine to go with whatever plan you wish to.
Well, I don't think there's anything left to do here.
Well, it's entirely up to you.
I'm back now. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're
Hello.
away. I was wondering why there's a lack of response.
Yeah, that's what I put be right back in Skype, and I should have said something.
Okay.
Oh, my bad. My Skype is... Oh, I see, okay. My Skype didn't ping.
So to reiterate, for
Yeah, Evelyn said that she doesn't mind sailing her ship to go see the progress of this other ship that was being made if they wanted to do that. But she's pretty confident that they'll find a way if they just sail north with her ship. And Yeah, she's kind of open to whatever plan you want to go for.
And Sephora is leaning more to trying to go north first, and if that doesn't work out, we can go check on the pet project.
Yeah, if all else fails. What do you think, Tom?
It's a good enough backup plan.
Well, once
Oh.
we've finished our lunch, shall we sail or?
Well, I'm for sailing right now. I did what I had to do.
Very
Yeah,
well
I think we're pretty much ready.
All right. Well, let me clear my plate first before we do anything. With that decided, basically you guys finish up lunch. Evelyn asks if any of the leftover pies can be bundled up to take back to the ship. She also inquires as to where they came from. She's like, oh, I'll have to remember that little place down the road. Alright, and the innkeeper... notices you guys are all kind of like getting ready to go, getting your stuff in that. He's like, you off then?
It appears so.
Yeah. Well, you're always welcome back here anytime you find yourself in Port Tinker.
Oh, thank you.
That's nothing, not after what you did yesterday.
Thank you for the hospitality. Ow.
That's what I do for a living, mate, but you're welcome all the same.
That bit too small for me. Ow. Gonna crouch and get out.
Okie dokie. Alright, well... you, I guess, would then just head to Evelyn's ship. Wait,
Yes.
did I get a ship map done? Oh, is it in the archive? No.
I will warn you now, finding a ship map is kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I actually forgot to do one. Come on.
While you search for the map, I'm just gonna BRB to check what's the noise.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just gonna roleplay it, but yeah, you go check. This is weird, it's like not finding anything. Okay, this is literally finding nothing. This is weird. Usually Roll20s are...
Yeah,
kind of
it was
something.
doing that to me on Wednesday too.
Oh, that sucks. They must have a problem with it right now.
Something. Just load the image. The image. If I send this to Steam. mean, I guess it really depends on how big her ship would be.
Yeah, it's a pretty big ship. Let's have a look. I think we see a couple here.
Unless you wanted something like Caravel class,
Yeah, there's a caravan map here.
like that one.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Go back. This I share with you, Odin, because looking for ship maps for my game has been kind of a pain.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you don't want me to draw one.
No, that'll be a bit too much. Okay. That one's back full. But it's isometric, it's some color. Yeah, this caramel map would do nicely. It's so small. It was like 2,000 light. There we go. Screw it. We have this. Sucks. Like there's some like really nice images from maps with the like tiny. Yes, it's Anyway, you approach the naval dock, and once Evelyn explains that you're with her and gets you past the guards, then you see her ship directly ahead of you. It is a rather grand thing. It looks like it would be I think of the different classes of ship now. It is I wouldn't say extravagant, but it's extremely well made. And along down the sides of the hull, the kind of the bands that go all the way along the side of it towards the middle to provide some extra strength seems to be made out of what appear to be some form of polished brass. Seem to contain some hard to see, but in the right light, quite clear markings.
Oh.
That they seem to be more, what would you call it? They're like inscribed, so it's only in certain lights that you actually see them.
In that case... Bloop.
Perception check.
No, that's intelligence check to see if they're actually magic.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't have spellcraft, but I do have intelligence.
Yeah.
So, since you mentioned perception, I can English properly today.
I can never English and French.
Oh,
She's got
I
a
can't
point.
English either. I'm American.
Oi.
I think of this one, but I can't quickly use it in this. Okay.
Oh, if only it was top down.
Yeah, but that's the size of the ship. Could you post that into Skype for people? Because I don't want to
Yeah.
have the Skype window. Oh, I guess I probably should try and put this on the window for the stream as well. Well, but...
Oh, so basically it's an armed English merchant ship.
Indeed. Although
Nice.
the emergency oars are currently in, and the hatch is battened down, as the thing, so.
Interesting.
Alright. And there's basically a reinforcement band of metal going between each level. Something a bit more sturdy that each floor/ceiling is attached to, I would suppose. But anyway. Doesn't show... Oh, it does have a figurehead. Alright, well, the figurehead of the ship appears to be that of a rather beautiful woman who, despite being completely entwined in what appears to be water, seems quite content and such, as if she was more in control of them than being trapped by them.
Is that a mermaid?
No, I don't believe so. I never saw a tail on her.
Oh, well.
But when you hear so many things about such creatures, that they take human form sometimes, or they'll eat you up or whatever. I find it hard to discern truth from just old stories until you meet one yourself, and my experiences with such creatures have been from a distance.
Genevieve just kind of gives her this look, and she's just sitting there thinking, they do exist.
She could just be a humanoid with power over water.
Don't ruin this for me right now, Saphira, I swear.
Okay, it's a mermaid.
The crew, noticing your approach, of course, put down the boarding board.
The board of boarding. Better than the board of boredom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually like an affixed ladder that is kind of tucked to the ceiling of the main deck, basically. It's underneath the main deck, so that it can just basically slide it out and it just goes ka-dunk on a pulley system, so it doesn't just slam down onto the pier.
Can I step on it with my 400 pounds?
You should be fine.
Yay, it didn't crack.
Pretty sure this ship has handled heavier cargo, yeah?
Last time I stepped on the board, it flipped over.
High roll, high roll, high
Well-
roll, high roll, high roll, high roll.
This is
Good enough.
$6. So what was that for?
Acrobatics.
Okay. Go on.
Tom's being fancy again.
Yeah, pretty much. Decided to walk up the ladder.
Oh, okay. It was at such an angle that it was more like stairs, but yeah, okay.
Yeah. This is also Tom making sure that he's got sure footing on a ship.
Yeah. Don't worry, there's heavy enough cargo down in the hold that Saphira doesn't end up tipping it or anything. So you're not
Well,
that
yeah.
heavy.
Transitioning from land to sea legs.
Yeah, that too. Well, welcome aboard. I probably had a name for the ship actually ready at one point, but right now I'm not gonna go fishing around in my notes when I've only got one screen to work with.
Ship.
Unless
Oh,
I-
let's go with the classic ship name from pirate lore, the Wicked Wench.
Ship.
What's the matter, Umbra?
Eh?
Eh?
Just Saphira being excited.
Oh,
That's a big ship.
Oh yeah, you still have that on you. No, that's all that. Okay, cool.
No, bad joke, not telling.
do it. Do it.
Oh,
Yeah, the ship's. I'm just gonna make it up now. She's they call her the. Actually, maybe that'd be too generic.
you know what?
She's
Out
just-
of respect for the audience, I'll just type it.
Let's see this.
I don't get it.
Say it out loud to yourself.
I get it now. Ugh. But of course you can.
Say bad joke, bad joke.
Eh, boy. Maybe if we had toilets on the boat. I looked at the map.
Alright, well.
Somebody screams at some random guy down on the ground. It's like, well, I hope you cleaned up after yourself.
Welcome aboard.
You don't call it the poop deck for nothing.
They call it the poop deck because it's French.
Ew.
For the stern of the ship.
La poupe.
We're like 12 or something.
Eh.
I'm terrible.
She calls
You
out
are.
to her
Yes,
crew.
we know that.
She's.
You can talk.
Ah,
Alright, everyone, look lively. I want her moving out of this dock and headed north as soon as possible. And she makes her way up to the quarter deck to get at the helm. Feel free to have a look around, everyone. I will be getting us at least out of port, and once we're heading in the right direction, I shall probably take us a day or two to actually reach the Great Divide, and I shall be weighing our options during that time. There's plenty of cabins down below, and I only ask that you do not come uninvited to my quarters. Not while I'm trying to plan ahead for the journey. By all means, knock though, if you do wish to speak to me. My quarters are through that door there, and she points to the door underneath the forecastle deck. On the map you can see where it's meant.
Yeah.
You know what? I can quickly, just very quickly, I'm gonna take Roll20 off the stream so that it doesn't see the window, and just go for the Google Images and find that picture. There it is. Bring that up, and then show the window again. Boop. Alright, so here is the ship. It's called the Falling Star here, but I call it I almost went like with the Tides thing again, like, you know, Queen of Tides or Tide Runner or something like that, but I think this is too much. The Waking Maiden.
Huh.
Or Maiden of the Wake, something like that.
Oh.
The Waking Maiden sounds kind of better, I think.
Yay.
Because it has multiple meanings, yay!
Sapphire is gonna stay on top of the deck because she doesn't see the going downstairs, because she doesn't have to eat, she doesn't have to sleep, she doesn't even have to clean herself.
You know,
And she makes the wheel.
You notice that the ship is fairly well armed, and despite the advancements of gunpowder and engines and guns and all that kind of things in quite a large portion of the world, this one seems to have more traditional armaments. And actually a couple of lifeboats, which is certainly a sign of a quality vessel.
Well, it's well defended, there's that.
There is all of these decks that you see on the map, and you are welcome to go to any of them. The crew's socializing quarters, I suppose, is what's in the back of the main deck. See there where there's like a couple of like living room looking spaces. There even appears to be a scholar's quarters, or room. It seems to, at the back here, I believe it's navigation. It's got like maps and bits and bobs and a writing desk in there. Yeah, it's a rather large and very comfortable ship.
Bless you.
The crew is quite busy right now getting the sails out and freeing up the mooring rope and raising anchor and keeping an eye out for any... Basically there's somebody posted at the four corners of the ship making sure that we don't collide with any of the other ships while we're still within rather close quarters with the rest of the docked ships. Every so often you sort of just hear sort of like a plain old call out whenever they're getting a bit too close to someone on one side. But once you're free of the dock and out on the open sea, then they move to other posts. And once we actually get to just a steady sailing north, then people will just move about the entire ship, making sure nothing comes loose and everything is tied down properly. But otherwise, it's a lot more calm once they're actually set and going.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought of Sid Meier's Pirates there for a moment.
Yeah, because like, you know, when they're trying to navigate out of port and they get a bit close to someone, you just hear, "Alright."
Yeah,
Alright.
exactly.
Hey, Ochi! Alright, up on the quarterdeck, Evelyn is just adjusting the course a little bit, and then once she's happy with it, she gets these pair of what look like manacles that just hook over the, I guess, the arms of the wheel to keep it where it currently is. And we sail north. Oh, gotta take everyone. There we go. Boop. Out on the open sea, because I didn't make a map for that, as it was already clear. The wind is rushing by, but being kept under control. The waves are reasonably calm right now, and you're not getting tossed about too much.
Oh, is that a whale? No, it's a rock. Oh.
No, you're right the first time, Saphira.
What?
That's when you see the shoot out the top of the whale, because having a random rock this far out would be quite a tall mountain beneath it.
Sweet.
Let's see, we're out of there now. So, just a track.
Can't believe there was a whale. It was so cool.
Oh, I wonder if we're even allowed to use that. Let's see. Stomping on the deck and clapping her hands, Evelyn calls out and she calls for a shanty. And this one fellow with quite a large beard sort of
Anchor ahoy!
pokes up and walks to the middle of the deck and
Loose oars!
He starts
Move
to
down to the wind! Full sail! Round it all!
I'm just trying to, like, because I could just use an Assassin's Creed one, but I don't want to strike from that, you know?
Yeah.
Nope.
Over the sea.
God, no. Oh, that is the Assassin's Creed one. sea shanty pretty much comes up with nothing but.
Come ye old sailormen, listen to me. I'll sing you a song of the fish in the sea. And it's windy weather, boys, stormy weather, boys. When the wind blows, boys, we're all together, boys. Blow ye winds westerly, blow ye winds bow. Jolly sea wester, boys, steady.
All I have in my head right now is a loop of yo ho yo. Paris because you played that entertaining fair game that you had to make pirate stuff and yeah.
And I'd be sitting here thinking of the one from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Remember back in the PS1 era, there was a Disney racing game, and Pirates of the Caribbean was one of the tracks on it. So was Haunted Mansion for that matter. And it was just those tracks on repeat. It was like, oh my god, just kill me now. Like, it wouldn't even bother me if it was like the entire song, but I think it was only like one section of it.
Oh dear, that's not good.
That would drive me nuts.
I only
Thinker, don't bother playing it.
I only played it simply because my nephew did it, and they're just like, we can't get past this at all. Alright, well, let me take a look at it.
Yeah, this'll do. I just put it on quiet. Because it's got ambient smoke as well, which is quite nice. Where'd it go? There we go. Boom. Don't think I'll put it on loop though. So is anyone doing anything in particular aboard the ship? Or is letting time pass?
Just standing on deck.
I think I'd mostly be letting time pass unless people start getting seasick or something.
I give the occasional help whenever someone tries to carry something heavy. But mostly on deck.
I know it's putting it not be heard very well on the stream, but I should make it just a bit louder. Okay, so as we sail on, the first night comes about, and there are actually some crew who seem to that you didn't see up and about during the day, who have woken up and gotten themselves ready for basically one guy to take over Evelyn's position, just making sure they stay on track and heading north, and making sure that you're all comfortable. She kind of just goes around just checking on all of you, making sure you're doing well and not feeling seasick, and let you know that if you want something to eat, just head to the crew's quarters and speak to the ship cook there, and he'll have you something ready, just like he does with the rest of the crew that are currently going below deck now. So it's like because nighttime now. There's a skeleton crew that's come out to operate during the nighttime, whereas the rest of them have retired to having something to eat, settling in for fun and games for the evening. Typical stuff. Some people end up playing cards, some people play dice.
Skeleton crew.
Skeletons.
Just start believing in ghost stories, Miss Turner. You're in one. Couldn't resist.
I don't.
What are you laughing at? Get back to work.
Funny thing, my only game on 3.5 D&D, it started with my cleric saying it's not a good idea to go on the sea, and then we ended up on a ghost ship.
Clearly, it wasn't a good idea.
Nobody listens to cleric. Cleric curse.
Once she's given you your orientation for the night, Evelyn returns to her quarters. And there's plenty of cabin space. Some of the crew have moved to the hammocks to free up some beds for you. There's actually some bunk beds in the front, which is the ones that have been cleared out because bunk beds will probably be the easiest way to accommodate all of you. Each room has they're not all the same. They tend to have a desk and a chair. There are chests at the foot of the beds, but those are the crew foot lockers, which are locked. With bunk beds. Actually, yeah, they are pretty uniform. Like, there's a chest in each one, bunk beds, desk and chair. And then there's what appears to be a study over there as well. Yeah, I could only see beds in there. It's just a bunch of bookshelves. Desk. I like this map. It's really detailed. I guess I should be staying on that map for this. Alright, well, everyone is sticking to their own business, or what are we doing tonight? Anyone nosing about, or just
Tom will be in his hammock.
just calling it? Fair enough.
Genevieve is just kind of taking in the scenery, considering she's only read about this kind of thing in books.
Oh, what, saving the sea?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, the next morning, the sea still seems to be pretty still, though you do notice that the further north you travel, the more the wind seems to have less of an effect on the flow of the waters. Because even from quite far away from the Great Divide, the fact that all the water's flowing into it constantly still has a strange effect on the current, as it were. It all flows down. Anyway, I believe just so I can have a proper map and all that kind of stuff prepared, this is what we're going to do for this week.
Okay.
Though Evelyn does inform everyone, well, specifically, like, the first person she can find, so it's like
The Dex.
Yeah, it's
Hello.
She's saying, I believe we will be just fine once we reach the divide. For it's not always been there, so there's got to be ways around it. But do not worry, I should say we've found a way.
Oh, really? Good.
Yeah. Although I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna seem a little out there, and perhaps a little scary at first, but I'm just gonna need you to trust me. Which, I know some of you don't, but you hardly know me, so why would you?
Well, I'm willing to try.
Thank you, Spare. Well, I I best let my first mate get something to eat and perhaps get some rest. And she heads up to the quarterdeck to take back over the helm. So, thank you for watching with the live recorded. This has been a relatively short and some would say uneventful, but I still find it to be progress at least, session of Pathfinder Dragonfall. So, I'll see you next time.